Hello, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat and welcome to the fourth and last session of the Teaching with Technology Training Series Part 2 of the UPLB Center for the Advancement of Teaching and Learning of UPLB. So we're done with the first three sessions on Discord, Padlet, and Miro earlier this morning po, no? So for this afternoon session, we'll be focusing now on Canva, which is a graphic design platform used to create social media graphics, presentations, and other visual content. So once again, I'm Beverly R. Pabro, University Extension Specialist, and I'll be your moderator for this afternoon session. So kasama rin po natin ang ating director, si Dr. Edmond Centeno, and Mr. Nilo Torrio, who will assist us in this afternoon session. So we hope po that after this session, you will know how to use Canva and maximize po yung benefits of using Canva in developing your learning materials. But before we start po, let me first again mention some of the reminders for our afternoon session. So microphones and cameras of all the participants will be turned off during the training session. And during the Q&A, the participants may send questions through the Zoom chat box or click the raise hand button if you want to speak and ask your questions directly to our resource speaker. E-certificates will be given upon accomplishing the evaluation form. So later, isi-share po natin to sa ating chat box. And evaluation forms must be accomplished until April 23 tomorrow. So don't forget po to accomplish our evaluation form. So at this point po, let me first introduce our guest speaker for this afternoon. Okay, our guest speaker for this afternoon is Mr. Edgar Bagasol Jr. He is currently the Senior Project Officer at Love Yourself Incorporated, a community of volunteers that provides free HIV testing, counseling, treatment, and life coaching in the Philippines. He graduated cum laude at the College of Development Communication here in UPLB. So let's all welcome in the Zoom space, Mr. Edgar Bagasol Jr. Good afternoon, Sir Ed.
Good afternoon, Miss Beverly. Thank you for that humbling introduction. I'm just quite nervous this afternoon because my participants pala are all teachers. So as Miss Beverly mentioned, I work for a non-government organization that work towards the eradication of HIV in the Philippines. If you're familiar, I'm from Love Yourself. Particularly, I work for a grant called SKPA Philippines, which focuses on the sustainability of HIV services for key populations in Asia. But for today, I'm also representing myself as a freelance graphic artist, a layout artist, and at the same time, a social marketer or a social marketing strategist. Okay, so without further ado, I should start now with my presentation. Am I allowed to to share my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. Okay, just a minute. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So for today, I was tasked to discuss how to navigate Canva as a design platform. And luckily, the Canva platform was able to create a program that is mainly intended for teachers. So that's the thing that I will be going to discuss today. And just to set the expectation of everybody, I've set here some questions or guide questions, which also reflects the objectives of this presentation. So first, we're going to learn what Canva is, what are its advantages, how is it different from other learning management system or design platforms. Second, we will also be learning how to set up a Canva education account if you don't still have one. And then we will also learn how to manage a class using a Canva, emphasis on how to facilitate individual and collaborative work. And second to the last, we will also explore no what outputs can we create out of this platform, no. Nasabi ni Miss Beverly kanina na it's a platform intended to create several knowledge materials such as videos, presentations, flyers, social media cards, etc. And we will explore more later, no. And lastly, of course, I think is the most relevant to you since you are teachers, and most of the materials that you use in teaching are your PowerPoint presentation. So later, I will also be sharing some tips on how you can better design your PowerPoint slides so you can optimize the learning experience of your students. Okay, and just before that, just a disclaimer, no, na I'm not in any way associated with the Canva company, but I've been using the platform since 2020 as a freelance graphic artist, layout artist, and a social marketer. Okay. And during my discussion, please feel free to ask questions. Do not hesitate to interrupt me if masyado akong mabilis or if kunyari hindi nyo naintindihan yung particular na process na dinidiscuss ko. Okay? Sige po. So, just before I start introducing the Canva, no, madami na po ba dito yung aware dun sa platform? Nagamit nyo na po ba siya before in your teaching experience? Can you raise your hand if nakagamit na po kayo? Or press 1 in the Zoom chat if nakagamit na po kayo. Ayan, si Sir Ed, syempre. Okay. Ayan, so madami-dami na, no? Madami-dami na yung nakagamit ng ating platform. But for those who haven't used the platform, no, it's basically a platform or a place for creativity, learning, and collaboration. Later, mas maiintindihan natin paano nangyayari itong mga prosesong ito, no? And it's an Australian company that's intended for online design and publishing, and it was launched in 2013. And its core mission is to empower everyone in the world to design and publish anywhere. 'Di ba ang motherhood nung mission nila? But I think they're committed to that mission based on how they've designed the platform as it is now. And since its creation, no, in 2013, it has now evolved into a platform that can also be used for managing learning systems or in managing learning and at the same time in managing social media. Okay? So later ituturo ko po kung paano siya ginagawa doon sa mismong platform. Okay, so anong meron sa Canva? Ano ba yung mga pinaka-features niya? And how is it different from the other platforms that we use? Especially when we prepare or when we design our knowledge materials. When I say knowledge materials, these are the materials that we use to deliver information or to share information with others. Okay, so the first key feature of Canva is that it's a free design platform. So you can enjoy its amazing features for free. And when I say amazing, that's an understatement because really Canva offers a lot of features that that are really helpful in designing and creating your knowledge products. And an account can be easily created, and everything works in either you're using your laptop or you can also use Canva using your phone. Okay. And it's not discriminatory in terms of the type of phone that you have. You can download Canva using your Mac technology or your iOS or your Android applications. Android technology, I should say. Okay, the second feature is that you don't need a skill or an experience, no, in order to use it because Canva provides everything. You just need to insert whatever you want or whatever information that you want to deliver to your audience. Okay. And then third, it's very easy to use with the multiple templates and fonts that it provides or it offers. No, as I've said, there are an array of templates that you can use or that is already prepared in the platform. It's just that ikaw na lang no yung mag-i-insert ng content for those templates. And then there are also endless possibilities in Canva. So you can either use those templates or you can start from scratch if you are like willing to learn about designing, or if meron na kayong experience on designing knowledge products, no? So aside from that, most of the elements that you can use in the platform are for free. So you wouldn't be anong tawag dyan? You can use videos, other visual outputs, photos, graphics for free. Unlike kapag ka kasi pag dinownload mo lang siya sa kapag ka dinownload mo lang siya somewhere else, you might be accused of copyright. Okay? And then number 5, it's very user friendly. Its interface, it's very easy to navigate, no? The functions are very straightforward, and if you have already visited the app, it doesn't look intimidating. Unlike other editing platforms, like for example, Photoshop, it's much way lesser intimidating than that. Okay? So don't worry. Pero later, i-explain ko din yung functions so that you will know how to navigate the platform. And then, of course, as I've said, Canva is a platform for collaboration. So it allows you to create a team, add members, and assign roles to them. So this is a very interesting feature of Canva because you'll be able to create with other people. You'll be able to facilitate group activities here that is very useful, particularly in teaching. Okay. So for those of you who doesn't have a Canva account yet, I'll show you a very easy 3-step in order to create one. No? So as shown here, you just need to sign or to search canva.com through your browser and sign up with your email. Okay, so type canva.com and then choose sign in. And then continue with your Google account or with your email. And then choose your email. And then, voila, you can already start creating. Okay, so it's that easy, no? Pwede nyo na actually try po ngayon na mag-create ng Canva para while I'm demonstrating or while I'll demonstrate later, no, on how to navigate the platform, you can easily follow. Okay? Naintindihan po ba yung pag-create ng account? Meron po ba kayong questions or may struggles ba kayo in terms of signing in? Ayan. So mukhang wala pa naman. Next, I would proceed to my next slide, no? So in order to make in order to make something best out of the platform, one will need to subscribe to a pro account, which costs around I think 6,000 pesos annually. But thankfully in 2021, Canva launched a program particularly for teachers. No, it's called the Canva for Education, which allows educators and students to enjoy the pro version features for free. So para lang mas ma-appreciate natin, no, ito yung comparison ng free pro versus eduk account ng Canva. So yung pro and eduk packages natin ay pareho lang po yung features na kasama. So for free, you'll of course it's for free, and then you'll get 250,000 plus free templates, 100 design types, and then you will also have access to hundreds of thousands of free photos and graphics. And then you'll also be able to invite members for collaboration, and only has 5 gigabyte of cloud storage. But as compared to a eduk account, which basically carries the pro features, no, you can enjoy 420,000 plus templates, no, designed by creators all over the world, and it's regularly updated. Ibig sabihin, nadadagdagan siya ng nadadagdagan. And nababago din yung mga designs. Okay? And it also offers various design types that you can create. Later, i-discuss natin ano ba yung mga materials na pwede nating magawa using Canva. And then it also offers you free access to premium stock photos, videos, audio, and graphics. And then again, it allows you to collaborate with other people. It has 100 gigabyte of cloud storage. You can do social media strategy or social media management in the Canva platform using an Eduk account. And it also provides you an unlimited use of background remover. I would just like to emphasize that because when, for example, you're removing a background of a photo in Photoshop, that will take you like around 15 to 20 minutes to remove the background, no? But in Canva, you can do that in like 5 to 10 seconds. So that's how powerful the platform is. Okay? So for those of you na walang Eduk account, you can explore using either free or you can subscribe to a pro account. Okay? So para po dun sa mga wala pang education account, here's a quick demo. So again, you just search the canva.com/education and then sign up using your email. Okay, so go to sign up. And then the platform will just ask you some basic information about you, about your institution, especially if your domain has already been registered. And if hindi siya na-satisfy, the platform will ask you some documents for verification. So pwede po kayong mag-upload ng COE or a diploma or something that would prove that you are indeed a teacher or a student in that institution. So, sino ba ang pwedeng mag-sign up for an Eduk account? So, basically, all teachers and students can if their domain is registered to the platform. So, ilan sa mga kasamang domains ay yung .edu.ph, which is yung atin sa UP. And it's also being used by several private schools or institutions. The deped.gov.ph is also allowed to sign in for an education account, as well as the ph.education domain. Okay, so kindly check if yung domains nyo ay ganon. If so, you can already create your own education account. But if your emails doesn't have those domains, no, you can still enjoy the free account. Or again, if you can afford the pro account, then you can subscribe to it. But you just have to pay 6,000 annually. Okay? So far po ba, meron po bang questions? Meron po bang nahihirapan sa pag-create ng education account? None? Okay, sige. So let's proceed. Now, how do we manage a class using Canva? So I will need to go to the platform to demonstrate to you on how to do this. And at the same time, this will be followed by a demonstration on how to facilitate an individual in a collaborative work using the platform. So I'll just stop sharing. And okay. There. Can you see my screen now? Are you seeing my Canva platform?
Yes po.
Perfect. Okay, so paano tayo nagke-create ng isang class, no? So, disclaimer lang, I'm not using an Eduk account since I'm not a teacher and I think my UP email has already expired. So, I might not be able to like accurately demonstrate to you how to navigate the education account, but nevertheless, most of the features or most of the key functions naman here are the same with the Eduk account. So I have already created the class. So you can see here, dito sa side, no, merong team. So if you're using a new account, there will appear a plus create team button here. So for the purpose of demonstration, I have already created a team. So I will just open it. So this is how it looks like. First and foremost, you can edit the banner here. You can also edit the name of your team. And then here, you can invite members or collaborators in your team. I believe for Pro or Eduk account, you can invite at most 8 people. So this is relevant, especially if you're doing team teaching. So kunyari gusto nyong i-share yung presentation nyo with your co-professor in one subject, then you can use this feature. Okay? So that's where you invite members. You just input their email and then Canva will send them a request to their emails and then they'll be able to sign in. Okay? So the first tab is the design. This is where your templates or your designs are saved. Okay? So pwede ka na ring mag-initiate ng design dito. And then it also has a tab, a folder tab where you can organize your designs. You can categorize them according to, for example, your subject or the topics that you are discussing as professor. And then you can also save your templates. Templates are the materials that you use na ano ba? Na editable for other people, but you can save this template for the sake of it. And then it also has this tab for people. So this presents, no, or itong tab na to, pinapakita niya dito kung sino yung mga members ng team mo. And you can assign roles per member. So they can either be member, administrator, owner, or editors. So each roles has different functions, it also has different access to the features of the platform. And then lastly, it also has a group tab where you can create smaller groups within your team. Okay. So again, it's very useful if you're doing team teaching. Okay. Although hindi siya naka-include here, no, pero dun sa Eduk account, meron siyang tab for socials or connect to your social media accounts. So, for example, you're managing a Facebook group for your class, you can directly connect that group to Canva. Okay? Or if, for example, you're managing Google Classroom, you can also directly connect Canva to that. Okay? And then, here sa taas, you can see a Learn tab. I encourage you to explore this one because it offers you a lot of branding tips or design and branding tips that you can use in your knowledge products. It also teaches you how to create interactive presentations, certain Canva hacks that you can explore in order for your designing to be more efficient and faster. Ayan. So, nandito po lahat, no, yung mga pwede nyong matutunan when it comes to designing. Okay? Then, I'll go back to there. So now, paano naman tayo nagpa-facilitate ng assignments or paano tayo pwedeng magbigay ng assignments using Canva? So I'll show you, it's very easy. I have already prepared an assignment template for this. So for example, you ask your students to write an essay for a particular topic. So you can provide them the template. And then you can share this to a group or to your class by using the share button. And then you just have to modify whether only a few people can access or anyone with the link can access. And then you can also modify if they're allowed to edit or they're just allowed to view it or comment on it. And then you can now share the template link to the Google Classroom that you are managing. So yan po yung ilalagay nyong link dun sa Google Classroom kung saan nyo ibibigay yung assignment. Okay? Ngayon naman, paano pag binigay mo yung assignment to a group of people, no? Hindi lang siya for pag binigay mo yung assignment to just one individual. So, same process. You will need to copy the link and then just send it directly to the person, not through your learning management system. Okay, so ganun lang po siya kadali. Now, let's demonstrate naman how we can facilitate collaborative outputs using Canva. So I have already prepared a template for a collaborative output. So for example, your class is tasked to create a SWOT analysis to a particular project. So you can add them here. You just need their emails to add them, or you just just invite them to join in this link, or you can copy again this link and send it to them. Okay? So ibig sabihin, lahat ng sasendan mo nung link na yon will have access to this template, and they will be allowed to input anything on this template. Okay? Paano naman kapag you're working with groups within the class? So what you can do, since this is a template and it's editable, what you can do is to create a copy of the file. So you can find it here, dito sa file button, and then just press make a copy, and it will open to a new tab. Then what you can do is to rename these tabs differently. So for example, this collaborative space is for group 1. And then the copy that you made is intended for group 2. So here, you can, pwede mong ma-monitor yung outputs ng per group. Okay? Without na hindi sila nagko-collapse or nag-i-interact. Okay? So there, that's basically it. Meron po ba kayong questions for facilitating individual assignment and collaborative work using Canva? Meron po ba? Ayan. So mukhang wala pa naman kasi medyo madali lang yung process, no? So I'll go back to my presentation. Share again. Okay. Ngayon naman na natutunan, wait, sorry. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ngayon naman na natutunan na natin on how we manage classes using Canva. Let's look at what particular materials or outputs can we create using the platform, no? So, sorry, I'll need to go back again to the platform. Ayan. Pag meron po kayong tanong, feel free to interrupt ha, kasi medyo mabilis yata yung aking pagdi-discuss. So please let me know if nabibilisan po kayo or meron po kayong hindi naintindihan dun sa proseso. Okay? So for the types of materials, you can explore them here dito sa search tab or dito sa templates tab dito sa gilid. Okay? So when we go to the templates, ito po yung mga types of materials that we can create out of Canva. Okay, so nandyan po yung mga, sorry, hello, yes?
Sir Ed, meron po tayong dalawang questions sa chat box. The
Sure
first
po.
question po ay from Ma'am Jimil Cruz. Hi, sir. Will we be able to know who edited the file?
Yes, because select emails lang yung sinendan mo.
Okay, sir. Sana
Yes.
nasagot po, Ma'am Jimil.
Also, it will notify po sa inyong email once na may nag-edit po dun sa file.
Okay, thank you,
So
sir.
that's how you can monitor.
Yes, sir. So another question po from Ma'am Joyce Dayaw. Hi, Sir Ed. How many students are you allowed to include in your team or class in Canva?
Okay, just to clarify, you cannot add a whole class in Canva. You are only allowed to add like at most 8 people. Okay? But you can edit the templates anyone can edit the templates that you provide for them. So kahit ilan po yung pwedeng mag-edit ng templates. But in terms of adding people as an administrator or as an editor in Canva, you are only allowed to add 8 people for your team. There. Clear po ba?
Sir, thank you.
Ayan. Thank you, Miss Joyce. Okay. So going back to the type of materials that we can produce using Canva, so we can create here presentations, social media cards, videos, print products such as posters, social media cards, videos, print products such as posters, flyers, brochures, business cards, etc. And then we also have here marketing products. So for example, if you're managing a business, or if you're creating templates for your surveys, you can create it here. You can create layout for logos, for mock-ups, for shirts, mugs, etc., as well as office supplies such as resumes, planners, letters, reports, etc. So everything is obviously here. You just search what material you need and Canva will provide. So meron naman tong search button. So dyan nyo po ilalagay kung ano yung material na gusto nyo i-produce. And take note na all of our templates are highly customizable. No? Ibig sabihin, pwede nyo pong i-modify, pwede nyo pong i-crop, i-layout, or i-recolor yung mga elements na nandun sa product na yon depending on your preference. Okay? And at the same time, you can also create your own templates. Okay? You are free to do that. So, now, I'll demo how to navigate the Canva as a platform. So I have already prepared a sample slide here. Okay. So nakikita niyo po ba yung aking screen? Nasa ano po ba ako? Nasa Canva editing tab po ba ako?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sige. So, kung makikita nyo, at first glance, medyo ano siya, no? Medyo overwhelming. Pero kapag na-explore na natin isa-isa yung mga key functions, madali lang talaga siya. As for my experience, it only took me like half a day to learn everything here. But of course, excluding the hacks and all of that. Okay? So, dito sa right left tab, you can find the designing tools. Okay? So, una dyan is yung templates. So, dito mo makikita yung mga templates ng materials depende sa type of material na pinili mo. So, if for example, ang pinili natin for this example ay a presentation, then lahat ng templates na magpapakita ay ay mga presentation slides. Okay? So, feel free to search them here. You can search them by the type of content that you want, for example, biology. And Canva will show you presentation slides that are appropriate for teaching biology. Or if, for example, you want to prepare a slide with a particular color, for example, red, then Canva will show you presentation slides that contain the red color. So that's how easy you can search for templates. Okay. And then next, key function is the elements. So nandito po yung mga line shapes, yung mga graphics, yung mga tables, yung mga visuals, mga audio charts, stickers, frames, grids na pwede nyong gamitin for your presentation. So you just need to search them up or press this see all button to explore kung ano yung mga shape or graphics na kasama dyan. Okay? And then we also have the uploads, no? So kung kunyari kapag wala kayong nagustuhang element na nandito sa Canva, you can upload your own. So kunyari meron kayong mga sariling photos from your field work, tapos gusto niyo siyang isama dito sa slide natin, you can upload them here para yun yung masama dito sa slide. Okay? And then, but take note though that Canva has limited storage. So as much as possible, lessen yung pag-upload ng mga videos kasi medyo mabibigat yung files. Kapag kagad. Okay? Next, Canva also offers a wide range of free stock photos that you can use for your presentations. So again, search nyo lang kung ano yung photo na need nyo. So for example, butterfly. Then Canva will show you photos of butterflies. Ganon. And then, ano lang, hack lang dito sa part na to. Kasi di ba in-emphasize ko kanina yung background remover function ng Canva. So, sobrang naging importante to sa akin kasi it really made my work more efficient and faster because you can easily crop images from their background. So, for example, si ate, di ba, if you want to be more creative on how you lay out this deck, you can try to remove her background. So you just need to press the edit image and then go to background remover. And then it will take you like around 5 to 10 seconds to remove it. Then there you go. Very clean yung pagkaka-remove ng background niya. So medyo tedious to gawin sa Photoshop, but thankfully here in Canva, it's just very easy to remove the background of the photo. Okay? And then next, meron din tayong text. Dito nakalagay yung mga fonts na pwede nating gamitin sa ating slide. Canva also offers a lot of font combinations that you can explore. Depende sa kung anong nababagay dun sa topic na gusto nyong i-discuss. Okay, so merong mga creative fonts, merong mga serif fonts, sans serif fonts, meron din siyang combination of fonts that you can explore. And then for style, dito nakalagay yung inyong branding kit or yung inyong set of colors and set of fonts na gagamitin para maging consistent yung ating branding. So meron ding mga suggestions si Canva dito. Pili na lang po kayo, although you can also create your own. And then you can also add audio, although I'm not sure kung saan ginagamit ang audio sa presentation, but most of the time it's used sa, kunyari sa introduction, o di kaya during breaks, yung pa-music during breaks, yung ginagawa ni Sir Ed kanina, nagpapa-music siya before we started. Or, for example, meron kayong mga breakout sessions or interactive activities, you can definitely incorporate audio to those slides. And then, of course, kung may audio, dapat may video din. So, madaming free videos na ino-offer si Canva. So again, you just need to search them anong type of video yung need mo. So if for example, you're discussing something about solar system, then just type solar system and then Canva will provide. Feeling ko yun na yung tagline ko for today. Canva will provide. Ayan. So it ranges from 15 to 60 seconds. Usually below 60 seconds kasi medyo mabibigat kapag videos, no? Pero there. You can also upload your own videos if wala dito sa Canva yung hinahanap mo. And then for the background, you can choose either colored backgrounds yung gagamitin mo or landscapes or patterns or gradients or abstract backgrounds na gusto mong incorporate dun sa presentation. And then, as I've said, you can connect your Canva account to your social media accounts. So this is particularly relevant for those who are using social media accounts to complement their learning management. Okay, then you can also save here your logos and then you can see here your folders, yung sinet nyo kanina dun sa home tab. Okay, then ito, again, more on linking lang din sa ibang learning management systems or social media accounts. Okay. So far po ba, meron po ba kayong questions dun sa designing tools ng Canva? Meron po ba?
Sir, wala tayong
Okay. Yeah, medyo madami yung functions, no? Parang nasa 10 key functions yata. Pero again, they're very easy to use. They're very easy to navigate. You just need to present or say or type here what you need. And then Canva will provide. Okay? And then move naman tayo dun sa editing functions, no? So when we say editing, you get to modify the elements that you've inserted or you've integrated in your presentation. So for example, for text, yes po?
Meron pong question tayo. Actually, dalawa po.
Yes.
So the first question is from Ma'am Carissa Macaraig. Yung po bang remover ay pwede rin sa free account?
Unfortunately, hindi po siya pwede for free account. So you really need to either get a pro account or an edu account so you can enjoy yung ating background remover.
Okay, sir, thank
Ayun.
you. Another question po from Sir Arthur Umali. Do we have to subscribe first to use the background remover function? Pareho po sila ng questions.
Yes, same question.
Okay.
So you will need a pro or an edu account po for you to use the background remover. Kasi it's really a very important function feature because it's something that's hard to do when you use another design platform. Like as I mentioned, in Photoshop, that will take like 15 to 20 seconds or 15 to 20 minutes to remove the background of an image. But for Canva, you can do that in just a few seconds. Okay? So ngayon, we go to the editing functions. So again, the editing functions will only appear if you select particular elements in your slide. So for example, I'm selecting now the text. So syempre, ang magpapakita is yung kung gusto mong baguhin yung fonts, gusto mong baguhin yung size ng font, yung color ng font, if you want to embolden it or italicize it, if you also want to fix the paragraph or insert bullet points. So, nandyan yan lahat, no? Nandito rin yung spacing functions if you want to adjust yung letter spacing versus line spacing. Letter spacing is yung space between the letters. Okay? And then yung line spacing naman is yung space between the lines. So, para ma-demonstrate, okay. There. Ganun po siya. Okay, so clear naman yan. Then also here, you can find the effects button where you can modify your or you can stylize your text. So meron po siyang iba't ibang styles dito. You can put a shadow on it. You can put a neon anong tawag dyan? Highlight on it. So there. Pwede nyo po itong i-explore. And then you can also animate the text, no? So Canva offers very interesting animations when it comes to or that you can apply to your text. Okay? So there. And then you can also underline, set the text into uppercase or lowercase. And then you can also or Canva can also help you better position your text in your slide. So meron siyang mga suggestions, no, ito. Para mas maganda yung positioning niya dun sa slide nyo. And then it also has a transparency button where you can adjust the transparency of the text. This is important, especially if you want to highlight something or highlight a text over the other text. So this is how it works. And then another important function here is that you can link other pages to the text, no? So you just paste the link here, and then kapag ka-present mo na siya at pinindot mo siya using the Canva presentation, it will automatically go to that link na gusto mong puntahan. Okay? Ngayon naman, paano naman pag images or graphics yung inyong ine-edit? So, same dito pa rin siya sa taas. You can recolor your graphics. So, pwede nyo pong baguhin yung mga colors. Pwede nyo pong i-edit yung image. Dito po yung ating background remover. Pwede nyo pong gawing black and white. Pwede nyo pong i-adjust yung brightness, yung contrast, yung saturation. And even, it also offers you like a lot of filters, duotone, photogenic filters that you can use for your photos. Okay? And then you can also crop the photos, then flip them horizontally or vertically. And then same as the text, you can add animations to the photos. Okay? And then, again, the positioning function, the transparency function, and yung link function, no? So you can also you can also insert links in photos using Photoshop. Ay, using Canva. Nalilito na ako. Sige. Okay. Clear po ba yung ating editing functions or editing keys? Do you have any questions? Sige. Kung wala, I'll continue with the saving functions. Paano naman tayo nagsisave ng outputs dito sa Canva? So, again, it's very easy. You just go to the File tab and then you can see here kung paano, kung kunyari gusto mong mag-create ng bagong design, you can also adjust here yung margins, yung rulers, yung bleeds ng iyong presentation. And then this is where you can save your material, and you can save it to a particular folder na sinet mo dun sa organized tab. And then just like Google Slides, you can check the version history of your edits. Okay? So pwede mo pong i-track yung mga changes na ginawa mo. But I think it's only limited to Pro and Edoc account. Okay? And this is also where you can make a copy of your presentation and like download. Okay, but Canva in general does automatically save the materials. So kapag ka in-exit mo na to, itong browser mo, it will automatically be saved. Okay? Your edits will be automatically be saved. Now let's go to the sharing, presenting, and downloading functions. So you can see it here dito sa upper right. Okay, so dito muna tayo sa share. So again, kapag gusto nyo makipag-collaborate with others, you just copy the link or you can copy the template link. Okay? And then kapag gusto nyo naman po siyang i-download, ayan, meron po siyang download tab here, and then you can select what or how do you want to download it. Will it be a PNG file, a JPG file, a PDF, an SVG, an MP4, or a GIF file? So, pwede nyo pong piliin. And then you can also select what particular slides do you want to save. Okay?
May question po tayo sa chat box.
Sure.
Sir, question from Ma'am Joyce Dayang. If maglalagay ng link sa presentation made in Canva, layable ba siya sa Microsoft PowerPoint?
Okay, so that's the thing. Actually, di-discuss ko siya with this on this part kasi although you can download your materials or you can download your presentation as a Microsoft PowerPoint file, pero ang mangyayari kasi yung mga elements mo is nanggaling dito sa platform. So they might not work if you open it na dun sa Microsoft PowerPoint file kasi you don't have the files in your device. So, ayun po siya. Na-mention ko na you can download your presentation as a Microsoft PowerPoint slide. So, you just go to the more, etong 3 dots na to, more options, and then makikita nyo po dito yung Microsoft PowerPoint. But again, some elements may not work if you open the presentation using the Microsoft PowerPoint file. Okay, and add to that, you can also directly save your presentations via Google Drive, Dropbox, or Microsoft OneDrive. And also here you can link you can directly share it to your social media channels. Okay. Ngayon naman, there's this option here where you can print your design. So if, for example, you're designing or you've created a design for a brochure, so pwede kang mag-select ng mga mock-up here para ma-imagine mo how it will look like if it's printed. Okay? So, kunyari, nag-design ka ng mug, edi pipiliin mo yung mock-up na mug para ma-imagine mo kung ano yung magiging itsura niya kapag na-produce na siya. Okay? So, okay na po ba tayo dun sa share options or share functions? Ayan. So kung wala ng question, proceed tayo dun sa present functions. So dito po sa present, you will have 4 options on how you can present your slides or your knowledge product. So first is yung standard. So ito pong ginagawa ko or yung ginagawa ko dun sa presentation ko kanina, that's an example of a standard presentation. And you present your slide at your own pace. Ibig sabihin, ikaw yung magkocontrol kung kailan ka magne-next or kailan ka magpo-proceed dun sa succeeding slide. And then for the second option, you can also use the autoplay. So ibig sabihin, pwede kang mag-set ng speed in your slides, and this I think is more applicable kapag ka scripted or timed yung inyong presentation. And then you can also select the presenter view. Kapag ka po naka-presenter view naman kayo, you can see yung notes mo while presenting the slide. And lastly, you can also record your presentation while presenting or while being projected. Okay, so ganun lang po siya. Another interesting feature of the platform is that it provides insights, lalo na kung ikaw ay nagmamanage ng mga social media accounts. So kunyari, you've shared the material using the Canva account and link it to your social media accounts, you can directly see here or monitor here the number of views or the number of engagements that that particular post was able to generate. Okay, makikita din dito yung impressions, yung clicks, yung reactions, and at the same time yung engagement. So, there. Yun po, yung ating Canva, basically. And then dito po pala sa baba, dito nyo po makikita yung notes, no? So, pwede po kayong mag-type ng notes. Okay? Pero if you're using, if kunyari nakapag-present na kayo, pwede nyo pong i-type or pwede nyo, ganito rin po yung magiging itsura niya. Nasa gilid po yung inyong notes. And then, nasa right side po yung inyong presentation. Now, meron akong nakitang hack for people na hindi naka-pro or hindi naka-edok account. So, itong link na to or itong keyword na to, yung brand BAAMOUJHOEC, it will link or it will provide you access to free elements, no, that you can use in your presentation. So, siguro i-copy ko na lang para ma-type ko sa Zoom chat. Okay, so before I end this demonstration, meron po ba kayong questions dito sa dito sa Canva platform in terms of navigating it?
Sir, we have a question from Sir Alan Alemilla.
Sure po.
Ito, sir, what can you do using Canva that you cannot do using MS PowerPoint?
Okay, madami po. Okay, unang-una sa lahat, wala pong although merong templates sa PowerPoint, no? But it's very limited. Okay? Pangalawa, yung elements na available sa ating PowerPoint is also very limited din compared to Canva. Okay? And then, yung templates na nasa ating PowerPoint ay hindi na-update. Saka lang siya na-update kapag nag-update ka ng iOS mo. Okay? But in Canva, it's regularly being updated and yung mga designs na nandito are created by different designers all over the world. So, pwede nating sabihin na mas effective yung mga designs or yung mga templates designs na nandito sa ating Canva. And then more than that, of course, yung sa ating Microsoft PowerPoint, it doesn't have those sharing functions, yung linking functions to our social media channels. Tapos wala din siyang anong tawag dyan? Team creation or collaborative functions unlike here in Canva. So those are some of the key differences or key advantages of Canva as a design platform. Yun po. Meron pa po bang additional questions?
So far, wala pa po tayong questions from the chat box.
Okay. So now, I'll shift again to my presentation. Okay, meron po akong nakitang question. Sabi niya, can we upload PowerPoint slides and give it a Canva look? No? Okay, actually you are free to upload your templates. No? Your own templates from your Microsoft PowerPoint. And then definitely pwede nyo din po siyang i-modify doon sa mismong Canva platform. Okay? Oops. Wait. Ayan, nakikita nyo na po ba yung aking screen?
Yes po.
Okay. So remember that Canva can only provide you the templates, no? So yung templates lang po talaga yung kaya niyang ibigay and yung inspiration for designs. So as the creator, you will still need to modify them, no? Depending on the type of content that you want to deliver. So ngayon, I'll share with you 7 useful tips on how you can make your Canva presentation slides more effective and impactful to your learners in order to optimize the learning process. Okay? So number 1 is to be consistent in general. Be consistent in general. So point 1 is to use the same banner or title font throughout your design. So kapag ka po kasi consistent yung ating banner or title fonts, mas madali pong madidistinguish ng ating learners kung ano yung topic na dinidiscuss dun sa slide na yon. So for example, dito sa slides na nakapresent, you can easily identify na geography yung pinag-uusapan because it's clearly written there and the font is very big that it talks about human geography. And for particular slides, mas malaki din yung title ng mga subtopics na naka-indicate. Sorry, mas malaki din yung fonts ng subtopics na naka-indicate. Okay? Next, another thing for consistency, you are encouraged to use or have the same frame or grid throughout your design. So kapag sinabi nating frame or grid, ito yung area or space lang, no, kung saan mo ilalagay yung mga elements mo, kung saan mo ilalagay yung mga text, yung mga graphics, yung mga images na gagamitin mo in your presentation. So in our example, it's very clear, no, na nag-set siya ng borders kasi meron siyang box na nilagay within the slide. So doon lang niya ilalagay yung mga elements na gusto niyang ilagay doon sa presentation. Okay? So kapag ka po kasi ginawa natin yung grading or yung pagkakaroon ng frame, no, it will improve yung consistency ng design ng iyong presentation. Okay, although some designers choose to not use grids, they choose not to use like solid grids like this. Some prefer invisible grids. You can also do that, and kung napansin nyo kanina dun sa Canva, meron siyang mga guides and grids for each element and for the slide as a whole. Okay? So Canva can guide you in terms of placing your elements in your slide. Next, apply the same background throughout your design. So learners would easily identify that the slide belongs to a particular deck of slides because of the uniform backgrounds. So in our example here, the uniform background is the violet color. No? But this doesn't mean na pare-parehas yung gagamitin nating background sa lahat ng slide. No? So as you can see here, meron siyang smaller elements, yung mga sky blue na parang wave. Kung mapapansin nyo, sa lahat ng slide, different yung positioning niya. So you will need to modify the placement para it will be different for each slide, pero consistent yung design. Okay? But some designers would choose not to use same color background consistently, no? And what they would usually do is to adapt yung colors ng graphics na nilagay nila dun sa presentation. So dito sa example natin, yung mga colors na ginamit dun sa graphics, yung mga tao, yun yung color na ginamit dun sa mga background ng mga succeeding slides. So you can also do that. It still look consistent because you are using the same color palettes as with your graphics. Okay. Next, to look consistent, you have also be consistent with your use of fonts. No, so as much as possible, use only 2 to 3 fonts in your presentation. And when using fonts, please make sure that they are complementary. In Canva, it will provide you a style guide on what particular fonts are complementing each other. No? Hindi tayo pwedeng basta-basta maglagay ng fonts. Kailangan i-assess natin kung complementary fonts ba siya. So these are example of complementary fonts. Hindi siya awkward, hindi siya magkalayo. It perfectly complements each other, no? So usually we use sans serif fonts for formal presentation. Sans serif is kagaya po ng aking presentation or itong graphic design for beginners. These are sans serif fonts. Bare Organics Natural Body Scrub. These are sans serif fonts. Ibig sabihin wala siyang extensions doon sa edges niya or doon sa borders niya. Unlike serif fonts, ito po yung may mga tail or may mga extensions, no, like this, love, peace, and joy. Meron siyang mga kuwit or basta mga extension elements. And then we also have creative fonts. Ito po yung mga cursive, no, and usually ginagamit ito for, of course, creative presentations. Okay, so that's how you use your fonts. Next, second tip that I will give you is to keep it simple or keep your presentation simple and sweet. Or for you to easy remember it, remember the acronym KISS. Okay, so number one, you should use use visuals instead of text. No? Kasi kung kaya namang i-explain yung concept na gusto mong i-explain using visuals, then go with the visual. Okay? Kasi this will improve, no, yung retention ng learners dun sa topic or dun sa concept na gusto mong ituro sa kanila. Remember, learners better remember images than text. Okay, so as much as possible, use graphics, use images in your presentation, and it also adds interest to your presentation. Okay, and then next is to reduce the amount of text that you put in your slides. No, as much as possible, wag po tayong maglagay ng paragraphs sa ating mga presentation. What you can do is get the gist of that paragraph, or like kuha ka lang ng particular concept that you want to highlight in that paragraph, and then complement it with a visual to illustrate the concept, and then ikaw na lang yung mag-elaborate as the teacher kung ano yung explanation ng concept na yon. Okay? Dito sa example natin, actually medyo mabigat pa to. So as much as possible, we don't want to include blocks of text, no, in our presentations. Okay, and it's related to the next point, no. Present only one main idea per slide, no. So etong naka-present is a classic example, no, of a block of text presented in one slide. And at first glance, it's hard to process kasi there's a lot happening. Ang daming text, magkakadikit pa siya, mahirap basahin. So nawala na yung hindi na effective yung learning process, no. Okay, while it is efficient, no, I mean for us, for you teachers to put everything is in one slide, baka ma-compromise po yung ating yung pagkatuto ng ating mga estudyante. And again, one main idea per slide kasi nga mas nare-retain sa utak ng isang learner yung information kapag bits lang siya, hindi siya as bulks. Okay? Next is to use a consistent color palette. So remember na the more the elements we use in a slide, the harder the absorption and retention of information process is. Okay, so again, it's recommended to use 2 to 3 main colors in your presentation. So for example, here the creator used green, anong color to? White, no? And then the lighter shade of green. So parang tatlong main shade lang siya. So doon po sa ating Canva platform, meron po siyang guide na ganito. Pwede niyo po yung i-check para ma-assess kung effective ba yung paggamit niyo ng colors doon sa inyong presentation slides. Okay. Next is to make the letters big and bold. So for an in-person presentation, you will need to consider yung space where you are teaching. Nasa labas ka ba? Nasa loob ka ba ng isang classroom? You also need to consider yung size ng iyong projector. Is it big enough para makita siya ng isang large class, for instance? And then you will also need to consider your distance from the learners, no? Kapag ba present mo yung presentation, makikita pa rin ba siya ng student mo na pinakamalayo or pinaka nasa likod ng inyong classroom. So you need to consider those. But for online presentations, just before that, here are the recommended font sizes that you can follow. So for banner fonts, you can use 100 to 140 points. So banner fonts, ito po yung title fonts natin. And then title fonts, 60 to 80 points. So ito po yung mga subtitle fonts natin. And then body font, 20 to 40 points. Yan po yung readable fonts na for a small classroom. Okay? Now, for online presentations, you can still follow the same principle, but in general, small fonts are more tolerable on screen since students can zoom it in. No? But the use of big fonts for online presentation can mean more slides. Kasi lesser yung information na malalagay mo sa isang slide. So, kailangan nyo din po siyang i-appropriate dun sa type of presentation na gagawin ninyo. So, if it's going to be an in-person presentation, then you will need bigger fonts. Pero kapag online presentation lang siya, then pwede nyo pong dagdagan ng kaunti yung text na ilalagay nyo dun sa slide na yon. Or medyo liitan yung mga fonts kasi nga pwede naman siyang i-zoom ng students. Okay? Then next is to make your presentation smooth and interactive. No? So using moving graphics and videos and presentation can increase the level of interest ng inyong students. No? And then you are also encouraged to use animations in your presentation flow, but not too much kasi this might distract your presentation, especially if you have like a slow internet connection. Okay, and actually Canva also has a compilation of interactive presentation slides or presentation templates that you can explore. It's called the Peer Deck, no? So you'll just need to search the Peer Deck, PEARDECK in Canva, and it will show you templates on quizzes, on mood checkers, trivia, icebreakers, etc. Okay, and then number 5, use visuals effectively. Hindi lang natin dapat pag-isipan kung ano yung visuals na ilalagay natin or kung ano yung graphics or images na ilalagay natin, but we also think about how we position it dun sa ating slide, no? Kasi kapag unnecessary or awkward yung pagka-position mo dun sa slide, it can distract the learner. So here is a classic example of how you can use how you can use your visuals effectively. So as you can see, the image used here perfectly complements the text presented. Okay? And then next is to follow the color rules. Okay? So there are colors that work together and there are also colors that don't, no? And ineffective use of colors can cause unreadability or distraction among your learners. In terms of color use, the general rule is to use light text over dark background or dark text over light background. So dapat contrasting siya para readable. Okay? And again, you are only encouraged to use 2 to 3 colors in your presentation. So now we discuss the different color combinations that we can use in your presentation. So the first one is the monochromatic. Ibig sabihin, isang color lang siya but different shades. So for example, this one, violet, darker shade of violet, and then the lighter shade of violet. Okay? Next is the analogous combination. Ibig sabihin, yung palettes mo, magkatabi sila. So halimbawa nito is yung green and, it's green and sky blue. So magkatabi lang sila, no? So ganun po kapag ka-analogous. And some analogous combinations work but some don't. Like halimbawa itong orange, dark orange and light orange, baka mahirap i-distinguish yung isa't isa kapag ka pinagtabi mo na. And then also ito ring red and light red, medyo mahirap siyang i-distinguish, as well as the light green and the dark green. Okay, so may mga ilan lang analogous colors na effective. Okay? Next is yung complementary. Ito po yung usually ginagamit ng ating mga designers in their designs. So basically, yung palettes na ginagamit nila are opposite to each other. So kunyari, itong pink is directly opposite to yellow. Okay? Itong red is directly opposite to green. Yung blue is directly opposite to orange. So yun po yung mga pwedeng color combinations na pwede nyong i-explore. And then third is yung tinatawag nating triad combination. So basically, 3 colors siya with equal color space within the wheel. So it will be really helpful for you to determine which color is effective if meron po kayong color wheel guide sa inyong device, no? So red, yellow, and blue are triad colors since equal yung shade of colors in between them. Okay? And usually, ito ay ini-employ sa mga creative presentations. Okay. So for the succeeding slides, I will ask you what particular color combination was employed in these presentations. Okay, so you may just type in your answers. So for this slide, sa tingin nyo, ano po kaya yung ginamit na color base po sa mga color combinations na diniscuss natin? May makakapagsabi po ba? Ayan, tama. It's analogous kasi magkatabi sila yung violet and pink. Okay, so very good. And dito sa slide na to gumamit siya ng gradient, no? Okay. Gradient ibig sabihin nagfi-fade yung color or nagmi-mix yung color, yung dalawang color. How about in this slide? What particular color combination was employed? Ayan. Tama. Ang daming nagsagot ng complementary. So definitely this is a complementary color combination. So again, they're opposite to each other. And actually, ito yung example natin. Yellow and pink. Next, how about in this slide? What particular color combination was employed? Ayan, ang galing. It's monochromatic. It only used a single color but with different shades. Okay? Next, how about in this slide? Ano po yung ginamit na color combination? Ayan. So it's really easy to determine, no? Kasi siya lang naman yung tatlo yung kulay. Pero yes, tama po. It's the triad color. So pwede nyo pong gawin itong guide no, in preparing your presentation and choosing the colors that you would like to employ in your presentations. Although marami pa po tayong ibang color combinations, ito po yung apat na basic, no, na ginagamit natin in order to make our designs more effective. Okay, so I'm down to my last tip, and it talks about white spaces. Huwag po kayong matakot sa mga white spaces. Most of the time, we feel something is missing when the whole space of our slides isn't fully occupied. But as we said, the more elements, the more information to process, the more distraction. Okay, and white or free spaces can actually lessen those distractions, no? Kasi it gives the learners a space to breathe or to rest their eyes while reading, and it also helps you as the instructor to emphasize elements in your slide. Okay? So dito po sa example natin, makikita natin dito sa first slide na obviously ang gusto niyang i-highlight is yung title ng presentation, which is yung sales presentation. Parang naging background lang yung or nag-serve as a space or sa free space yung photo na nasa likod. And then for the second slide, half of the presentation is actually empty. Okay, meron lang siyang kaunting text, but it's generally empty. So what it wants you to focus on is on the photos and the names of the presenters. And then same strategy was applied to the third and fourth slide. Okay, so wag po tayong matakot na gumamit ng white spaces. So that's pretty much it. I hope my discussion was clear and that you were able to gain a deeper understanding of navigating Canva and at the same time appreciate its advantages and value as a design platform. If you have any questions po or concern, I think we still have time to ask answer them or to ask them, but if time won't permit, you can email your questions to my account. It's ebagasol@loveyourself.ph. So thank you so much po.
So thank you very much, Sir Ed, for the very interesting discussion and comprehensive demonstration on navigating and using Canva. No? So very useful po talaga itong Canva ito in creating our presentations and other visual content, especially sa mga faculty, sa students, actually sa lahat, since it's very flexible, user-friendly, and most important po, it's free. So we can access them naman po sa ating UP, sa UPLB. So let's use Canva in making visually appealing and effective presentations. So sir, actually meron tayong isang question, no? Hindi natin ito na tanong kanina. So are there any advantage using Canva through using Canva through the browser compared to the desktop application installed in PC? O same lang po ba sila?
It's actually the same. No, you can still access the same features in browser, same as in your downloaded application. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. So do we have other questions?
But siguro ang advantage, siguro ang advantage lang kapag ka sa browser is that you get to access more elements, no? Kasi it's available on the internet, and then you won't need time to like download it na. Kasi kapag if you're using the application, tapos kunyari wala kang internet, that might limit you to access those elements. So in order for you to access those elements, you will need an internet. And you can do that while either using the application or while using or when you're using your browser to access the platform.
Okay, thank you, Sir Ed. So do we have other questions from the participants? May time pa po tayo for ito, sir. Meron tayong questions from Sir Luther Manuel. I would like to ask from the organizer if our free account of Canva can be upgraded to education account. Thank you.
Right. Actually, at the College of DevCo, most of us po are using Canva for education using our UP email. I will be creating a guideline po and maybe distribute that through our Canvas LMS, no, kung papaano po namin ginawa. I applied and then I received a notification from Canva that my application for Canva for education po na access. has been approved. Yun po.
Okay. Questions pa po? We still have time. So, ito po, nag-raise ng hand si Ma'am Carissa may Makaraig. So, okay ma'am? You can now ask your question po.
Good afternoon po. For the organizer din po, meron po kasi akong class, tapos na-add ko po yung students dun sa class. At hindi ko po naipangako sa students na after ng class namin ay ma-access pa rin nila yung pro features. Di po kasi sila makapag-apply for Canva for education kapag sa students. Kapag po ba tinanggal ko sila dun sa class ay paano po yung access nila sa pro features? Matatanggal din po ba yun? Ayan po.
Actually hindi ko pa masyadong na-explore yung yung Canva account for students, but if you are registered in Canva using your Eduk account or using your UP email, that's with a domain registered to Canva, you can definitely still access yung slide or yung material na shinare sa ng iyong teacher. But once na ni-remove mo na siya dun sa class or dun sa team, baka hindi na niya ma-access yung particular material na yon.
Thank you po.
Okay. No more questions po ba tayo? Ayan po, nag-share po si Sir ng link, no? Dito po tayo pwedeng mag-register to access Canva for education.
Yeah, but I think, Ate Bev, there are some issues with other faculty members na although they tried to sign up dito sa Canva Education, hindi pa rin sila makapasok. I'll try to figure that out. If ever na hindi po natin masagot, I may ask for the assistance ng ITBC.
Okay, sir. So if we don't have any more questions po, let me share my screen for the awarding of our certificate of appreciation for our resource speaker. So let me first read the citation. Center for the Advancement of Teaching and Learning, Office of the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, presents the Certificate of Appreciation to Edgar Bagasol Jr. for serving as resource speaker in the training workshop on designing learning materials using Canva. Signed, Director of the UPLB CATL, Dr. Edmund G. Centeno, and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Jean Odoyola. So thank you very much, Sir Ed. Okay,
Thank you so
now
much
po.
din po.
Thank you, sir. So at this point po, we would